Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Cricket on Forever Sports in a fascinating second day in between South Africa and Pakistan in the second test. Obviously South Africa need to win the test to try and level the series. Pakistan looking to either whitewash South Africa or at least draw the test and take the test series. And what was a match or a day of two sessions yesterday with South Africa really dominating the first session before Pakistan hit back in a big way with Babar Azam and Fawad Alam really putting on a very important partnership, putting Pakistan right back into the mix, as was the case today with two very contrasting sessions. But before we look at exactly what transpired during today's play, please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner there, smash like on the video. Let me know what you think is happening in the test match so far. But right, so if you look at the day as a whole, so we resumed with Babar Azam and Fawad Alam at the crease today, and I said yesterday in the wrap-up that it was very important that South Africa got both wickets relatively early and couldn't afford either of them to go on and get a really big score. And that was exactly the case. First of all, Nortje got out Babar Azam for 77, whilst Fawad Alam was brilliantly run out by Temba Bavuma, a very characteristic, trying to sneak a quick single. Bavuma was on it like a flash, grabbed it, directed, and he was sent packing. Unfortunately, for South Africa, there was a really good resistance and a fantastic knock played by Faheen Ashraf, who, and we speak about the ability to be able to get the tail out. I think that's where South Africa often struggle. And in innings like him, who was really well supported by Mohammad Rizwan, who made 18 of 68 deliveries. But the fighting knock of Faheen Ashraf put Pakistan in a very good position. After that, not too many contributions. Hassan Ali with 8, Yasir Shah with 8, Numan Ali with 8, and Shaheen Shah Afridi with a duck. They got Pakistan up to 272 all out. Faheen Ashraf actually top scoring with 78, Babar Azam made 77, and Fawad Alam 45. So only 3 players actually got more than 20, and they got up to 272. And that's the sort of shows you the importance of having 1 or 2 players that can put on big scores, because suddenly, you do get up to sort of 200-300 quite quickly if you do have those players, and then other players just need to chip in here and there. In terms of bowlers, Anrich Nortje was the pick of the bowlers. He picked up his 3rd career fifer, picking up 3 wickets for 56 runs, an economy of 2.29 in his 24.3 overs. A brilliant spell by Nortje. They were going sort of short spells for the fast bowlers, trying to get them as quick as possible, trying to rush the Pakistan batsmen, and he bowled brilliantly. Keshav Maharaj took 3 wickets in the innings. Nothing for Rabada, nothing for George Linder, who managed just 5.5 overs. Nothing from Dean Alga, and Veer Mulder picked up the wicket of Yasir Shah. He bowled 17 overs, 1 wicket for 40 runs. So, look, Dean Alga was the most expensive bowler as you'd expect. They went after him when he did come onto bowl. But apart from that, not the best spell of Kisor Rabada. I think it was quite frustrating. He had a couple of edges, a couple of loose balls, which should have, maybe could have, on a different day, could have hit the stumps or carried to the slip cordon. But I don't think it was a terrible effort. I think probably sort of 30, 40 runs too many that South Africa would have liked to have restricted them, especially after the start they got off to. When you think that Pakistan were literally 22 for 3, to get up to 272 is a fantastic rebuild by the middle order. And that is exactly what South Africa needs. Because after what was a reasonable start by South Africa between Dean Alga and Aiden Markram, Alga lost the wicket with 26 runs on the board, and Rassie van der Dussen fell the very next delivery. A very, very good ball by Hassan Ali, and it just kept a bit low, hit off the seam, came in a little bit. You can't really say too much about Rassie van der Dussen's delivery, because it just was a very good ball. So he got a first baller, which didn't help things at all. And then Faf du Plessis played a reasonable knock of 17 off 33 before being caught behind off Faheen Ashraf. So not the best innings once again by Faf du Plessis. And Aiden Markram, a very characteristic Aiden Markram innings where he looked very good. He was playing some very nice shots. He wasn't going too quickly. A strike rate of 53 for his 32. And then probably played a bit of a needless shot. Didn't really seem to have a plan against Numan Ali, and kind of threw his wicket away in a very, very vital situation, which means that Temba Bavuma sat there and he was battling. He's unbeaten on 15 or 45 deliveries off 33. So he's looking very solid. He's got a very nice technique. There were a couple of shouts. He should have been out, actually. There was an LBW shout, which Pakistan did not refer, which eventually actually did show that he was out. But he did survive. And then Quinton de Kock came out and was the complete opposite. He was very aggressive. He's sitting there on 24 runs off 11 deliveries. He's hit 5 fours in just 11 balls. He's currently sitting on a strike rate of 218. So you can see where the intent is there for De Kock. He is not going to die wondering. He understands he's under pressure. He knows he has to perform. And I think what he's decided is he's going to do what he does best. And that is be counter-attacking, going after the bowlers, not letting them settle, playing his own game. And these two need to get South Africa up to 150, 160, 170 tomorrow. Because after that, you've got Veer Mulder and George Linde in 2 all-rounders. So you still do have a little bit of batting. Keshav Maharaj can hold the bat. And then you've got Kagiso Rabada and Anrich Nortje. So it's not as long as a tail as when we had Lungi Ngidi, because we've got Veer Mulder in there. But you do sort of feel that this is the partnership. If Temba Bavuma and Quinton de Kock can wear Pakistan down, back tomorrow to at least sort of the end of the second session, get South Africa up to, try and get South Africa up to 200. You know, they're both batsmen under pressure. They need to both dig in tomorrow and get up to 50s, 70s, try and get a big score. You know, they're both under pressure for different reasons, but they both need to produce some runs tomorrow. And then hopefully we have a bit of a middle order performance from the likes of Veer Mulder and George Linde, who can try and chip in. But ideally, South Africa need to at least get up to 270, at least get sort of level with Pakistan. If not, try and get up to 300 and try and swing things in the way. I think what we saw is that South Africa can take wickets. They can take wickets against Pakistan. You know, I wouldn't say it's been a case of all the batsmen just completely dominating South Africa. I mean, you look at Pawat Alam, he looks in very good touch, and Baba Azam, who we know is one of the best players in the world. But all the batsmen have looked quite vulnerable. I think that it is a pitch which always offers something for the bowlers. And we saw a very good performance by Anrich Nortje yesterday, as well as Keshav Maharaj. And I mean, 11 wickets falling on day 2. So it was an incredible day in terms of the way the game sort of shifted around. So Pakistan definitely on top with South Africa 106 for 4. But you go back a day, it was much a similar sort of situation. It comes down to whether these two can kick on and take South Africa deep. Take the innings as deep as possible. Try and get as close to the total as possible. If not, try and just knock it down. I mean, I don't think we're going to see that. I don't think we're going to see these batsmen go in tomorrow and dig deep. I think we're going to see Quinton de Kock be quite aggressive and try. If he's going to get 50, he's going to get off 50 or 40, 50 balls and just try and get the runs on the board as opposed to sticking around and taking it deep. So, there's never a right way. I always like to think that you need to kind of prove he can play a test innings. But if he's going to have Temba Bavuma, who's a very good foil for Quinton de Kock, they bat very well together. They run well between the wickets. It's very much Quinton as the aggressor, Temba Bavuma as more sort of the cornerstone of the innings. He'll just anchor aside and he'll just plug away and let Quinton de Kock score, which sometimes needs to be the case. So you've got to bat in partnerships. If Quinton's going to be aggressive, let Temba Bavuma absorb the pressure. Let de Kock try and get a 4 and get a single off the over, and then Bavuma can battle with the last 4. That's fine. It's all about bats. You bowl in partnerships, you bat in partnerships. You can't always be playing the same role. And that's what they need to do tomorrow. They need to identify what each batsman's role is going to be and how they're going to approach the game itself. Let me know what you think of the game down below. Smash a like on the video. Do subscribe to the channel. We'll be back tomorrow with a wrap-up of day 3. So make sure you keep it locked on Forever Sports. My name is Steven, and I'll chat to you soon.